UK politics is getting hotter. In fact, there's so much going on. And this is why it seems like a lot of immigrants are now more interested in politics than before, because whatever happens affects immigrants directly or indirectly. So we're going to be going into the details of exactly what's going on right now. So stay tuned. Let's go straight into it. My name is Tochi. You're welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so it can reach more people. Kindly share it to everyone that needs to hear this. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to this video. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, I honestly don't know why you haven't yet. Please click the subscribe button right now. Thank you. So guys, there's so much going on in the UK right now, especially politically. And with Labour Party, it's been a lot for the Prime Minister currently. You guys know that after the previous election that Labour lost so many seats, the party has not been so happy with him, and they're asking Starmer, the Prime Minister, to resign. Everybody, including Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary. Like, when I saw that, I was like, indeed, politics is nobody's friend. And then with the results of the last election where Reform Party won most seats in the UK, it was not like there was an outburst, like they were just not having it. They're like, oh, you have to resign because maybe the people are not happy with us. We need somebody else that can show the people that we are capable. You know, Labour Party must not lose their power to reform. You have to step down because you're not doing enough. In fact, it's a lot. So let me just show you guys some of it as we go on. Let me quickly put you guys on something that can literally save you money in the UK, especially if you're new here. This video is sponsored by Marshmallow, and honestly, I wish I knew this earlier. If you're in the UK, you already know one of the biggest shocks. Car insurance is expensive, and the worst part is they don't recognize your driving experience from back home. So you could have been driving for 10 years in India, Canada, Nigeria, anywhere in the world, but here they treat you like a complete beginner. That's actually why I like Marshmallow. They recognize international driving experience, which means you're not starting from scratch. And because of that, your insurance can actually be more affordable compared to traditional providers. And this is why a lot of newcomers are switching, because instead of overpaying just because you're new in the UK, you're getting something that actually considers your real experience. I even have a discount for you guys. You can use my code tochiestherbiz to get £75 off your car insurance when you sign up. I'll leave the link in my description. Just check it out and see how much it could save you. If you're planning to get a car soon or you're already driving, please don't ignore this, because this is one of those small decisions that can actually save you a lot of money. So here, why is the UK Prime Minister facing calls to quit? Some of you might ask, for those who are not really familiar with exactly what's going on. Calls are growing among his MPs for UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer to be replaced, while he has said he will get on with governance. So they're basically asking him to resign, but so far he's saying that the people voted him, people put him there for a reason, to bring about change, and that change has not yet come. Like, he has not really fulfilled what he went into office to do, so he's going to stay there to the very end. So as at this moment that I'm filming this video, he's refusing to resign, even though they've been calling him out and telling him to resign, you know. So it is a dramatic turnout for the man who won a landslide victory 2 years ago, but has since made several U-turns on unpopular policies and faced a series of scandals. So several key government figures have resigned in a sign of growing discontent after the Labour Party lost almost 1,500 councillors in local elections across England last week. But they lost most of the seats to Reform Party. And you guys know exactly what Reform Party has been proposing, what they are all about. If you don't know, I listed some of them. I showed you guys some of them in my previous video. You can go and watch it. I'll try and link it in the description box. Guys, Reform Party's plan for immigration is not so nice. Like, they are very harsh. Most of us immigrants will consider them very, very harsh, you know. And conservative also have their plans as well. Like, it seems like every party have their plans for immigration. Now, I don't know why they are all more focused on immigration than other matters. You know, I guess everybody just wants to prove a point and show that we are the ones in charge. We are the ones that can cut down immigration. And talks about immigration now became more popular, especially after the news that net migration hit the highest it has ever been in a long time. The government have really been criticized, and that was right from Conservative Party, and then Labour Party took over power. And now, they start sharing in the blame, even though they've tried to toughen up things, tighten immigration rules, change a lot of things, and even proposing, to extend time for ILR and everything, But the people, I guess maybe people are still not very happy with everything that is going on, and the numbers have it that immigration is actually coming down. Like, it's coming really, really down. It has reduced drastically, especially for legal migration, because the government have tightened a lot of things and stopped care worker visas, stopped international students from being independent, increased salary threshold. In fact, they've done a lot of things that actually impacted the amount of people applying for visas. If you go through gov.uk and see the number of people applying for visas, the updates, you will see that immigration numbers have come down drastically. But I guess people are still not really excited about it, and I also feel like when these things happen, it doesn't make as much news as when they say it has gone up. You know how that time when the government came, or when it was in the news, all over the news, that net migration hit the highest number, every news channel, every media house, everybody was carrying it, But now that it's coming down, you will see that people are not really talking about it as much. The fact that they still think immigration numbers are high, maybe that's part of the reason why this is happening. So, former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, former Health Secretary Wes Streeting, and Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham are seen as among the possible contenders to lead the UK. So, if the Prime Minister resigns, that is, if he's going to resign, Labour Party is still in power, so somebody within from the Labour Party can still become the Prime Minister. Labour Party still has power. Labour Party will continue to lead the UK until the general election, sometime in future. However, if the Prime Minister now decides to call for a general election sooner, then that's where there might be a problem, because reform might now stand a higher chance. Because seeing the result of the last election, that a lot of people voted reform, you'll be wondering why. And if you also be following the news, you will see like people are complaining about immigration numbers, especially like we're already established before, talking about public service, talking about cost of living, talking about NHS waiting time. There's so much that people are actually complaining about, and they're saying maybe reform might do the trick. Of course, everybody has their reason why they are voting. And that is why, as an immigrant, what I would always say is, in my opinion, before you vote for any party, I think it's better to always research and understand what that party is all about, what their plans, their proposals, what their manifesto, what it's all about, because somehow as an immigrant, it might affect you. Their policies, their plans might just affect you in one way or the other. So it's always important to understand what you're voting for, just because as an immigrant in the UK right now, the publicity is not looking so good. What people are talking about, immigration, immigrants, it's not looking as good. And you just wonder why. Why is it this way? Like, is it now a bad thing to move to a country to work legally? Is it now a bad thing? And the way politicians talk about this thing, it's not even helping matters. They just exaggerate so many things and make it look like legal migrants are the problem. You get what I mean? So the current leadership crisis was triggered by a round of local elections last week, but discontent towards Sir Keir's leadership has been mounting for some time. And last year, Sir Keir's government changed the direction of 3 major politics in a month after pressure from within his own party. And interestingly, they've actually been calling for Starmer to resign just before the election. Earlier in the year, it was revealed Lord Mandelson has been appointed as British ambassador to the US despite failing vetting for the role. So they were dragging him for this particular reason just before the election. So it's not even now that they started dragging him or asking him to resign. Then the election now came and it feels like it's okay, now it's time for you to go after they lost. But he's still saying that he's not going to do that. Now, Labour's losses were compounded by a surge in support for Nigel Farage's party Reform UK, a new political force challenging the traditional opposition and the left-wing Green Party. So as the defeat mounted, one Labour MP, Catherine West, declared she would challenge Sir Keir for leadership if another candidate did not do so by Monday. They even gave him ultimatum like, okay, he should give a timetable, a time frame when he wants to resign or when he's going to do that and everything. So will he resign eventually? He says that the rising tide of voices against Sir Keir does not guarantee he will step down, right? Exactly what we have said. In fact, he has told his cabinet that he will get on with governing, warning that a leadership contest could result in chaos. He has also stressed that Labour Party has a formal process for challenging a leader, and that has not been triggered. So a candidate wishing to launch such a contest must have the support of 81 MPs. So Downing Street has said Keir Starmer will fight any leadership challenge mounted against him. And more than 150 MPs have indicated support for the Prime Minister or say it is not the right time to contest his leadership. So just as expected, he has people that are supporting him and people that are against him in the same party. Right? And the truth of the matter now is that Labour Party still has like their outstandings, their plans, what they plan to do, especially regarding immigration. You know, they're still telling us that by autumn of this year, they're going to tell us what their plan or what their decision is regarding the extension of time for ILR, whether they're going to apply it retrospectively or not. That is increasing the time for ILR from 5 years, that is it currently, to 10 years for some people, and then to 15 years for some people, and then to 7 years for some other people who would meet certain conditions, whether you're volunteering, how much you're earning, and all of those things. You know, the transitional arrangements, they're going to just make everything clearer. And they said that they have to do that by autumn of this same year, you know. So that is pending as well, because this is something that Labour Party have come to announce when they released the white paper, when they talked about all their plans, proposal, all the changes that they proposed in the white paper. Some have taken effect already. In fact, most of them have taken effect already. Some of them, they've given timelines and dates for when it will take effect. And for some, especially for this ILR extension time, they've said so much about it, but just waiting for what the final decision is. And Keir Starmer and his government are the ones that made that proposal. In fact, Shabana Mahmood, who is the Home Secretary, you know, is one of the people. When you hear her talking about end settlement, like when you hear her talking about ILR, living in the UK alone is not enough. You have to earn your right to live here, to stay here, to be set. You know, when you hear her talking about it, you will just understand that they are really serious about it. So I guess they're saying it's not time for us to change government because we have unfinished business. So some of them are supporting the Prime Minister and some of them are asking him to resign. And then some people are also surprised that Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary, is among the people asking him to resign, which shouldn't be surprising because politics shouldn't surprise anybody. Politics is politics everywhere. Now, here is just a sneak peek of that. Cabinet split as Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood amongst ministers calling for Starmer to set out timetable for resignation. This is exactly what's going on right now with UK politics. At the moment, nothing has changed. So whatever happens, whether he decides to resign, he decides to stay in the office, or he calls for an election sooner, whatever happens, guys, I'll let you guys know, okay? And while we're still on that, the king also delivered his speech recently. So the king's speech is basically where the king speaks about the plans for the UK, where the government sets out their plans for the country, list of laws that they intend to pass in the parliament and everything. And I followed it, you know, I listened to it. In fact, on the Governors UK, you also see they've already published it. The king's speech mentioned immigration this time around, but it didn't really talk about legal migration or skilled worker visas or study visas or spousal visas. It didn't mention anything of sort. It basically talks about how they want to reduce abuse of the immigration system, how they want to control the border more, the asylum system reform. They want to reform the asylum system basically. and just all around reducing illegal migration in the UK and all of that. This is just exactly what's going on in politics, and I just thought to share because we know that whatever happens in politics affects immigrants directly or indirectly, okay? Because each government comes with their own plan, and that's why it's important for everyone to keep their ears open just to understand what's going on, because when you're well informed, it's to help you make well informed decisions. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Let me hear what you think in the comment section. Do you think Starmer is going to resign eventually? Do you think the pressure is going to get to him, or do you think he'll be strong enough to withstand everything happening? And do you even think he's going to call an election sooner? Let me know what you think about everything going on in the comment section. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.